Hello, my name is Danae Rixby, and this is my interview video. Please excuse the background. This is the quietest place on the ship. This is our supply office. But like I said in the beginning, my name is Danae Rixby, and for my video and for my interview reflection video, I interviewed Chaplain Jared Young. He is an ordained pastor and an active duty Navy chaplain. His current position is Command Chaplain on board USS Mason DDG 87. I chose to interview him because I wanted to learn more about helping people through counseling, ministry, and leadership. Since I also serve in the Navy and hope to become a psychologist one day, I thought his experiences would give me value and insight into a career centered on helping others. The first question I asked Chaplain Young was about his job and his education background. He explained that he is an ordained pastor and currently serves as a Navy chaplain. He earned his Bachelor's of Religion from Liberty University and later completed a Master's in Divinity, which required about 90 credit hours. He shared that becoming a chaplain requires years of education, ministry experience, and ordination before entering military services. Hearing everything that he was saying that was required helped me realize that becoming a chaplain takes a great deal of dedication, discipline, and commitment. The second question I had asked Mr. Young focused on his job responsibilities. Chaplain Young explained that being a Navy chaplain means much more than simply preaching on Sundays. He provides communion, conducts memorial services, and supports sailors who may not be able to attend church while deployed. He also explained that his availability for work hours is 24 hours out of the day, 7 days a week, to help sailors who are experiencing personal struggles, family problems, grief, anxiety, and other difficult situations. His role is to care for the spiritual and emotional well-being of the crew while also advising the command on moral and ethical issues. Listening to him explain everything that he does completely changed my perspective on what chaplains actually do. Before this interview, I thought chaplains led church services and prayed with sailors, of course. I didn't realize how much counseling, mentoring, crisis intervention that they provide every single day. It also made me realize that people often just need someone who will genuinely listen to them without judging them. I think having someone available during difficult moments can make a huge difference in a person's life, especially during long deployments or stressful situations. The third question I asked what was that he found most fulfilling about his work as a chaplain. He said one of the greatest rewards in seeing God answer prayers through ministry and watching people grow in their faith. He enjoys helping people strengthen their relationships with Christ while also becoming better husbands, wives, parents, leaders, and friends. He also talked about how meaningful it is to build relationships and be there for people during both joyful and difficult moments. I really like that answer because it showed me that this motivation is not recognition or promotions, but simply just serving others. The fourth question was about the challenges of his profession. Chaplain Young explained that one of the biggest challenges is balancing ministry with military responsibilities. In addition to counseling and preparing sermons, he also has meetings, reports, administrative responsibilities, and leadership duties. And he's doing it alone. He shared that some days there may not be anyone to counsel, and other days he may spend an entire day counseling with sailors throughout their personal crisis. Every day is different, and he has to be flexible while making sure that he is still available for those who need him. One thing I respected was how honest he was about the difficult parts of his job. He didn't make it sound easy or pretend that he had all the answers. Instead, he explained that sometimes people are dealing with situations that cannot be fixed overnight. That reminded me that helping professions are not always about finding immediate solutions. Sometimes it's about the best thing that we can do is simply being present and listening carefully and continuing to support someone while they work through their life challenges. The fifth question that I asked was how he continues to grow professionally. Chaplain Young explained that learning never stops. He continues studying scriptures, theology, even the original biblical language, so he can better understand God's word. He also participates in military training, seeks guidance from senior chaplains, and he stays connected with other pastors for accountability and encouragement. He believes that continuing to learn helps him better serve the sailors and trust in his care. I really appreciate hearing this because it reminds me that education does not end after graduation. Whether someone becomes a chaplain, a counselor, a psychologist, there's always new research, new experiences, and new opportunities to improve. I want to have that same mindset throughout my own career. I never want to stop learning because every person we work with teaches us something new, a different aspect, and a different perspective. The final question that I asked was advice he would give someone pursuing their type of career. He encourages students to make sure first that they have a strong relationship with Christ and stay actively involved in local churches. He emphasized the importance of developing leadership skills, remaining humble and continuing their education, and truly caring about the people. He also explained that serving others required patience, compassion, and willingness to put other people's needs before their own. I thought that advice could apply almost any helping profession, especially psychology. After completing this interview, I learned much more than I expected. Before talking to Chaplain Young, I mostly viewed chaplains as religious leaders. Now I understand they are also serve as counselors, mentors, crisis responders, and trusted sources of engagement. Many of the skills he uses every day, such as active listening, empathy, building trust, and supporting people throughout their difficult circumstances, are the same skills psychologists uses. This helped me see how closely that these professions work together. This interview also strengthened my desire to become a psychologist. As someone who serves in the Navy, I have seen how deployments, long work hours, family separation can be stressful, especially in their environments, and how badly they can affect sailors mentally. Hearing Chaplain Young talk about these experiences remind me why I chose psychology as my major. I want to help service members improve their mental health, develop healthy coping skills, and know how they do not have to face difficult situations alone. I believe psychologists have the opportunity to make a lasting difference in people's lives by helping them recognize their strengths and overcome difficult challenges. One more thing that stood out to me throughout this interview was the importance of treating every person with dignity and compassion. Every sailor has a different story, and not even just sailors, civilians as well. And not two people experience life challenges the exact same way. Effectively helping requires taking time to understand the whole person instead of making assumptions based on what we see on the surface. Whether someone's need of counseling, encouragement, or simply someone willing to just listen, building trust is often the first step towards helping them heal and grow. Overall, I truly enjoyed completing this interview assignment. It gave me a practical insight that I could never gain from simply reading a textbook. Hearing a real experience from someone who serves others every single day, this assignment is much more meaningful. And actually witnessing it in person helps it have just as much as effect. Chaplain Young's passion for serving people reminded me that helping professions require humility, compassion, and lifelong learning and genuine care for others. As I continue my education at Liberty University, I plan to carry many of the lessons from this interview with me. I know that there are challenges along the way, but this interview reminded me that why I chose the career again in the first place. My goal is to become a psychologist who not only understands the assessment and mental health, but also treats every individual with compassion, respect, and dignity. If I remain committed to learning and truly caring about the people I serve, I believe I can make a positive difference in their lives. Thank you for listening.